Welcome to the studio. My name is Colleen Tauke and I'm the sewing specialist here at Fons & Porter. In this Quilting Quickly tutorial, I'm going to show you how to put together the basic pieces for bandana chain. And if you'd like to purchase this pattern, you can visit our website and you can order it there. Okay, if we look here at the Sewing Center, you can see there are two different kinds of blocks that we're going to be creating. And we're going to be creating those from the 2.5 inch pre-cut strips, and we're going to be adding a background fabric to it. So most of our cutting is done for us, which is great. We can jump right in. And then we're going to be just cutting a few pieces from the light background. I want to look at the quilt behind us. The basic construction is what we would call an classic Irish chain kind of feel to it. You can see that the blocks kind of make a chain diagonally through the quilt. Gives a great spot for the lights for some fun quilting. So let's get into the construction. Those 2.5 inch wide strips, let's first focus on the 25 patch. It's called a 25 patch because there are actually 25 squares in it. It's 5 by 5, which is very easy for us to go in then and construct strip sets. Follow your instructions. It's going to have you put together strip sets of containing 5 different prints. And the important part at this point is to go through your packet of pre-cut strips and decide which 5 you want to put together. So that if you were just to jump in right away and start putting 5 together, you might end up with 5 reds or 5 greens in that last strip set, and you may not want to have the color grouped that tightly. So here you can see I've kind of gone through and created strip sets that have a good variety so that there's maybe only 2 blues or 1 green within a strip set. And I've got short strips here. You're going to be working with a little bit longer strips because some pieces have already been cut from this. But go ahead and make your strip sets, remembering to press as you go. Don't just put together 5 strips and then try to go back and press. If you press as you go, you'll get a nice, clean finish, nice and flat, and then they'll be ready for cutting. So we need to take segments off of this, and you can see here I've cut through quite a few of these at once, and what I'm going to be doing is offsetting them. I had them staggered in the workroom when I was making my pieces, so that they're just offset just a little bit so that all the seams aren't right on top of each other. Otherwise you're going to have a large thick place to try to cut through. And if you offset them just a little, it's a little more smooth. It's easier for your rotary cutter and ruler to rest on that. So what we're going to be doing then is simply cutting 2.5 inch wide segments off of this, over cutting that first cut. Pieces kind of float back and forth when you've moved things, and you may need to make sure that it's good and straight. So don't take a large piece off, just take maybe 1/4 inch. And also you'll want to line up your a vertical mark on your ruler with the seam allowance of your strip set, making sure that everything is kept square and aligned. Down through all the layers. This might be the time to replace the rotary blade in your cutter. If it hasn't been replaced in a while, you need a nice sharp blade to work with. Now, 2.5 inch. Also look for that horizon line across there. And you can see I'm just taking off a fairly small piece here to make sure that my strip set is kept square. So you're going to be cutting all the pieces needed according to your pattern to create a 25 patch like this. And I believe there are 5 pieces here, so I would easily be able to sit down and put together 5 pieces to create a 25 patch out of this. Now remember that you're going to be creating strip sets with a variety of pieces. They can be flipped end to end to try and scatter the color throughout your strip set. So those are easy enough to do and get a lot of variety. You can actually go through and cut all of the 2.5 inch segments and then go back and out of that design your 25 patches. So we've got those taken care of. The next piece we need to work on is that offset block, and got one here on top. It looks like this. Very easy. If we break it down, you'll see in the diagrams in your pattern, you're going to be creating a strip set, 2 prints, and a light. So what we're going to be doing is creating that strip set, 2 prints and a light. Again, cutting in the same manner you did your 25 patch segments. You just layer those up, cut off your pieces. And for each of these blocks then, you just need 2 of them. So you have 2 pieces from your strip set and a wide bar of a light background fabric. So then you would just need to join these into blocks. That's really easy piecing. This would be a great project to work on with a beginner. Maybe there's a young person in your life or an older person who would like to work on a quilt together with you. And this would be a great way to work on strip sets and pressing, and you can have great conversation and a lot of time together when you're working on this. So create the number of blocks, the number of 25 patches and the offsets that the pattern requires, and then you just simply alternate those back and forth and you get the overall Irish chain effect, or bandana chain in this case. If you'd like to see more of our video tutorials, please visit our website. Thanks for joining me today.